From Careco TV, one of the longest running outdoor programs on television today, exploring the country and the coast in search of adventures. From the mountains of the Great Northwest to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean, this is Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin. This week on Americana Outdoors, we're in camp with TenPoint Crossbows.
You know, this particular week has been reserved for TenPoint for like a decade plus, it seems like, where we come down, all the new models are brought out, we're testing them, we're putting them through their paces. This year, I don't know how TenPoint has done it, but they have created innovation in their new bows that are coming out for 2024 that I just really didn't think we could get much further. In fact, we've sat in there on the couch and in deer stands and said, what can they do different? Well, they proved me wrong yet again. What they've got new this year on a couple of their models are absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, it's just cutting edge. It's made them that much better, that much easier to use, that much lighter, that much stronger, and that much more efficient. I don't know how else to put it.
Over the course of this show, we'll be covering all of the exciting and innovative new upgrades TenPoint has added to their crossbows, from the way you load them to their cocking and decocking mechanisms, the trigger and safety upgrades, and more. First up, let's learn about the brand new Venom X.
This is the new Venom X from TenPoint Crossbows. The bow shoots 390 feet a second. The bow's only 9.5 inches wide axle to axle when it's cocked. It's also only 32.5 inches long, so it's a very, very compact crossbow. Smooth, quiet, easy to shoot. This bow has the AccuSlide built into the stock, so it has silent cocking and safe decocking. It has the S2 trigger, so it's going to be a very lightweight two-stage trigger. Also on this bow, you'll see the new scope struts, has the new ProView 400. This scope will light up red or green, and you have crosshairs from 20 to 70 yards. Also included in this package will be the SDS that's built into the barrel itself, reduces noise and vibration. Package also includes the ambidextrous quiver mount and 3 arrows. If you have any other questions on this bow or any of the TenPoint bows, go to tenpointcrossbows.com.
Recently, our very own cameraman, Gentry Applegate, took the TenPoint Venom X, equipped with a Trijicon ACOG XB crossbow sight, out to the field. This crossbow sight from Trijicon is one of the most compact, lightweight, and rugged crossbow sights on the market. Boasting a tritium phosphor lamp that glows in low light conditions, this allows for quick target acquisition. Let's see how these two industry leaders work together to bring down an aoudad.
Broadside over one. Okay, there she is. Seem good to you?
Yeah. Wow. Looks like the broadhead deployed, which is always a good sign. And she is soaked in blood. By the looks of this arrow, I think I smoked her. She shouldn't be too far. Shouldn't have a problem blood tracking it. Oh, yeah, she definitely cut in right here. Didn't even find a drop of blood, but we found an animal. She went probably 20 yards. I mean, crushed her right through the shoulder. Worried about the shot just because, you know, you're always nervous after pulling the trigger till you find the animal on the ground, but holy cow. What a neat animal. Been watching these suckers since I moved down here about 2 years ago. Coming from the Midwest, you don't see these, you know, and me being an inexperienced hunter, I think these are even cooler than a lot of deer and stuff, and I've always had my eyes on them, and to knock one down 20 yards from where she was standing when I pulled the trigger, that's just awesome. Holy cow.
Congrats on your first aoudad, Gentry. Way to manage the herd and demonstrate the deadly combination of the TenPoint Venom X and Trijicon ACOG XB crossbow sight. We'll return to the field in just a moment, But in the meantime, take this opportunity to subscribe to our Americana Outdoors YouTube channel.
This is the new TX440 from TenPoint Crossbows. This bow shoots 440 feet a second. When it's cocked, it's only 6.5 inches wide. It's also only 28 inches long, so it's very, very compact, very easy to handle in a ground blind or a tree stand. This bow has the AccuSlide Max built into the stock. This gives you silent cocking and safe decocking built right in. This bow also has the EVO Elite scope. This is going to be a speed adjustable scope, has a locking speed ring, sniper turret adjustments. You can light this scope up red or green. One of the other new features on this bow will be the AR style flip switch on the safety. The AccuSlide Max crank handle storage is going to be built in to the Picatinny rail. It's very quick and easy to store your crank handle. This bow has the zero track barrel. That means that the arrow does not sit in the barrel. It actually is supported by 2 roller bearings right up top, and then it anchors onto the string in the back. The TX440 is one of 2 bows with the twin riser technology. And basically what we've done is we've taken the middle out of the riser, which significantly reduces weight, and we've spread those out so that it adds a lot of stability to your limb anchors and your pivots. Makes the bow very, very stable, and very quiet and nice to shoot.
Now it's time to put the TenPoint TX440 to the test. This is Randy's first trip down to Texas, and of course, on the heels of a record dry summer, he arrives during a downpour. Let's see how the TX440 holds up against the weather and a herd of aoudad.
So really everything's inside of 30, or at 30. I mean, 30 is kind of the We were sitting there probably 20-25 minutes, and a small group of aoudad came in from our left, crossed over, and then I think 2 or 3 small ones, and we put that TX440 on target, and it did the job. Ready? Yep. Smoked it. Holy cow. Should be good. It went right down the road. It was staggering at 25 yards. Got a good hit on it.
There was a lot of blood.
Got a good hit on it right away.
Yeah. I saw a lot of blood coming out right when you took off.
Yeah. She was right over here on the edge and then ran behind. Oh, there's the end arrow. The new Nemesis broadhead is a devastating head. It's 4 blades. The front 2 blades are going to give you a 2-inch cut on entry, and then the bleeder blades in the back are going to give you an additional 1 3/4 cut on the back for a 3 3/4 cut. We're very pleased with how they fly, and certainly the entrance and exit wounds that they make. Oh man, more blood. More blood. Both sides. See the tracks too. That entrance wound is just incredible, and it's not 50 yards from where we shot it, probably 40 yards from where we shot it. That 10-point got the job done. I was very pleased with the shot, how the bow performed. Certainly the broadhead did its job. You know, the entrance and exit wound were huge. The aoudad didn't go 40 yards probably, so certainly everything from an equipment standpoint performed incredibly well.
Congratulations, Randy. What an exciting display of the TX440 in action. And you have a great trophy aoudad to take back home. We'll return to the field in just a moment. But in the meantime, take this opportunity to subscribe to our Americana Outdoors YouTube channel.
This is the new TRX 515 from TenPoint Crossbows. This bow shoots an amazing 515 feet a second. When it's cocked, this bow is only about 6 inches wide, axle to axle. Crossbow's only 29 inches long, nose to tail. Built into the buttstock is the new AccuSlide Max cocking system. The TRX comes with the EVO-X marksman scope, which sits on the AccuLock scope bridge. It is 25% stronger than the previous scope rails because it's mounted both on the front and on the back. So this whole entire scope rail is significantly longer, but also much more rigid. The 515 also includes the TriggerTech Precision Traveling Trigger. It's going to be a very, very lightweight trigger, very smooth, very crisp. That's mounted in the zero track barrel. And on this particular bow, the arrow doesn't sit in the barrel, but rather rests on the two roller bearings up front, trapped inside with the brush, and anchors with the HPX knock back onto the bowstring. Also built into this bow is the twin riser technology. And this is integral in the whole front end design. What we've been able to do is take the middle out of the riser, and that one reduces the mass weight of the riser, takes about 1 pound of weight off of the crossbow, but also we've spread that riser out to make your limb pivots and your limb pockets much more stable as well. The 515 comes with the AR style safety. It's ambidextrous safety. It's very intuitive as to where that safety is so that you're not having to pull your head away and look for the safety or move your hand around. It's going to be right there by your thumb when you're ready to take the safety off and pull the trigger. If you have any other questions on the TRX 515, go to TenPointCrossbows.com.
With all of this info about the TRX 515 in mind, it's time for Randy to make the trek out to the killing tree. As any hunter knows, Texas is overrun with their invasive wild hog population. Let's see how the TRX 515 handles them.
We start our morning and beautiful sunrise out in front of us. We heard a few hogs right when we got there. Like we were still making noise, kind of getting up and getting situated. And I would guess they weren't 50 yards from us. Then we had a hog come in. We kind of watched and he came into shooting range. So I pulled up the TRX 515. And at that point we were shooting the EVO-X center punch broadheads and shot him, zipped through him. I don't think it's gone well for the hog. You know, everything certainly let loose and broke off and the hog ran off. And then a smaller group came back in, probably 6 of them. And I had an opportunity where 2 of them were lined up back to back. And again, with the hogs down here, you're really trying to manage the devastation that they cause. So got 2 of them lined up side by side, pulled the trigger on that 515 and that Evo broadhead zipped through both of them. I got them both. That's the second shot. That one actually went through 2 pigs, and that Evo center punch head is still in relatively good shape, all things considered. This one, we both heard, it came through the pig and then hit this rock. So the chisel tip is now gone, but shows you the durability of the arrow. So this is the one that was behind the first one. I lined up on the first one, knowing this one was behind it. So let's see if we can find the brown one as well then. Here, both sides. Here he is. I saw this big shine. So he obviously stopped there and just took a few more feet, a few more steps. The new twin riser bows performed incredibly well. I was amazed just how quickly and cleanly that arrow went through both hogs when I shot the 515. So I'm really excited about the new products and how they're going to perform for people out in the woods. I think a lot of people are going to be really happy with everything new that we have for 24.
We'll return to the field in just a moment. But in the meantime, take this opportunity to subscribe to our Americana Outdoors YouTube channel. As we near the end of the show, let's hear more about how TenPoint Crossbows has you covered across the board when it comes to finding the right bow for your hunting needs.
TenPoint has certainly, the TenPoint Crossbows, which are top in the industry, speeds, performance, cocking mechanisms. Those are all the things that we're known for, but we also have the Wicked Ridge brand. which is a very cost-effective brand. You know, some simpler bows, but great quality, made in the US, same factory, same people that are putting your Nitro 505 together or your TRX 515. They're making your Commander M1, they're making your Invader M1. Comes down the same assembly line. You know, they're not coming into the US on a container, you know, built and ready to just ship out. They're built right there in Mogador. You know, our crossbows are out there getting field tested by all of our employees that go out and hunt, and we love the outdoors, and that's, I think, at the end of the day, really important, is we know our product, we love our product, and we understand that our customers, what that time in the field means, because we're out there in the field too.
Speaking of the Nitro 505, for this last hunt, Wade recently took the Nitro 505 equipped with the Garmin Xero X1i crossbow scope out to the field for a whitetail hunt. As he makes his way to the tree stand, let's learn more about the Garmin Xero X1i.
The crossbow scope's got 3.5 times magnification, which is perfect out to shooting any distance with a crossbow. It's got an auto calibration, which is super simple and easy to set up. It's just a very simple 3-step process. Shooting at 5 yards to get on paper, shooting at 20 and making sure we're hitting the bullseye, and then checking that bullseye at 50 yards to auto calibrate our pin stack. The reason to buy an X1i is really the adjustability of these scopes. Anything that you want to see in that sight window you can see, anything you don't want to see you can turn off. The X1i is really one of those scopes that you can take with you for generations of crossbows. You know, you could own 5 different crossbows and move that thing from crossbow to crossbow. All you got to do is reset it, start from scratch, and you're set up in 20 minutes. This X1i is mostly electronic, which makes it that much easier downrange to set up. It's just a really cool piece of technology. At the end of the day, the important part is the fact that you're able to range a target and get a single pin at that distance that is the most accurate aiming solution on the market.
Just climbed up in the stand. Did you see the brow tines on that deer? They go up and they go like this. It's so cool, both of them are turned. He's tall, he's chocolate. You can tell he's a little run down from the rut, but he's ours, baby, because we just smoked him. I mean, that was 19 yards. I mean, that's perfect. I was just sitting here and I looked. Saw a little antler move. He kind of eased out there in the Sinisa, and then it took us about, I don't know how long to get into position to get a shot, because I mean, we hadn't been here long enough. I hadn't even got all settled in. And I mean, the Nitro Xero combination, I mean, if you're a crossbow hunter, you want precision accuracy, this is the deal.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Right here.
Right in front of you, big pile.
I'm looking for the deer. I think I see him.
Yeah, you got him.
I was like, they don't go very far with that shot. I'm gonna look 40 yards ahead, and there, I think I see white. Wow.
He's getting better.
He's getting better. Love those brow tines on him. Look at those brow tines. Big old head on.
Boy, he's got more mass than I thought he had.
Look at that. That is so cool. Both of them hook in like that. That's what I'm talking about.
Congrats, Wade. Way to put the TenPoint Nitro 505 and the Garmin Xero X1i to the test to bring home this massive whitetail. As we've seen today, TenPoint serves up the widest array of crossbow options on the market, with a team of engineers constantly brainstorming and innovating more ways to improve an already impeccable hunting platform. TenPoint has you covered for any and all of your hunting needs. To wrap up the show on all things crossbow, let's hand it over to Randy one more time for his thoughts on the importance of enjoying the great outdoors.
Get out there, get in the woods, whether you're hunting with a compound bow, with a crossbow, you know, pass these traditions on, make the memories, because at the end of the day, you know, whether you're hunting with your son or you're hunting with a husband or a wife, or you're hunting with your dad, you know, those memories go on a long time, and those are experiences and lessons learned that you don't get another opportunity to do. Enjoy the wild.
Hey, thank you for watching, and join us again next week on a new episode of Americana Outdoors. Americana Outdoors is a Careco TV production.